everyone, my name is Jennifer. I'm the founder and owner of Timeless Living. Welcome to Self-Expression Weekly, your resource for inspiration and guide to a full expressed life. Each week, I'm very excited that all of my guests are going to bring me to places they feel most at home. And this week, we're having Gary Karp, author, speaker, and mindful coach. Hi, Gary.
Hi, it's actually mindfulness coach.
Oh, what did I say?
Mindful.
Mindful. Well, you're a mindful person. So.
Yes, I am. That works.
That works too. Well, thanks for correcting me.
That's not a problem.
Thanks for being with us today.
Oh, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm looking forward to sharing some of my stories and letting you folks into my world a little bit.
Absolutely. So where are you bringing us? Where is the place you feel most at home?
Well, we are in New York, and the one great thing about New York is there's a coffee shop on every corner, and I just love sitting down and breaking bread and talking with people over a cup of coffee and maybe some food.
Fantastic.
So we're going to find a coffee shop somewhere here in the West Village or East Village. We're actually in between.
Washington Park.
And Washington Square Park
Yep.
at the Arch right behind us, kind of, sort of.
Kind
There
of.
it is.
Oh, there it is.
And we want you folks just to come along with us and have some fun and grab a cup of coffee or some tea and join us for a little bit.
Awesome. I'm excited. Let's
Me
do it.
too. Let's go.
Thanks again for being with me today. I've known you for a while. I know you have a beautiful story. I mean, you come from...
Okay.
It's a relative
term,
but,
yeah.
A long journey, if I can call it that way. You used to work in corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
You got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
You were in a car accident.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a part of your life that you attempted suicide.
Mm-hmm.
So, how all of this inspired you to do what you do today, and also inspired you to actually keep going?
That's a great question. And to the people who are now running for some sort of drink to steady themselves for this, don't worry, this is not going to be a sob story. This is actually a very good and powerful story that I live, so I can call it powerful. I'm sorry. Through everything that I've learned and experienced through the car accident that broke both my legs, and it took me 3 years to walk again. And after I learned to walk, the first thing I did was run a 5K race and then a 10K race and then train for marathons because I didn't want to take anything for granted. To the divorce and the suicide attempts that came from the divorce, everything taught me that we have a choice, that it's not what happens to us, but it's how we choose to think about it, how we choose to look at it, and the decisions we make because of that.
Right.
And that really was my driving force. After my car accident, I had all the existential questions happen. I guess they call it, the psychological term is existential angst.
Right.
Of who we are and why we are and what is it all about.
Right.
And I just started reading and I just started learning. And the one thing that kept making an impression upon me is that we are truly masters of our own domain. With all apologies to Jerry Seinfeld. We are in control of our lives, and every decision we make is going to propel us further, or it's going to take us back. We're always in a state of growing or dying. The question is, which are you choosing?
Right. It sounds like instead of going to the dark hole, you chose to say, hey, I'm going to live and I'm going to make something with my life.
Oh yeah, because I'm a stubborn SOB. And I am stubborn, and I just decided that I was not going to let anything beat me. There was something inside of me that just said, I'm not going to be defeated. And after the divorce and the suicide attempts, and then shortly after that, I lost my job. I worked for a major telecom in a call center in Florida. And after 5 years, they came in and closed down the center and laid off 200 people. And shortly after that, my savings ran away and I was evicted from my house, my apartment. And at that point, I just went, I followed the golden rule all my life. I did what was expected of me all my life, and it didn't work. There's no guarantees in this life. But if there's no guarantees, then let me have no guarantees doing what I'm passionate about. Let me have no guarantees doing what I love. And I started to coach people. I started to live my life in service for others. And that really ignited me and keeps me going each and every day, helping other people.
That's awesome. Thank you for offering that gift to people and really inspiring them to live the life that they are meant to be living. So tell me, Gary, like, what is one thing that, I mean, I know you've been through a lot, like you were saying about your story, but tell me one thing that you have failed at.
Okay, this is really tough because I don't like the word failure.
I don't like it either.
I believe that there is no such thing as failure,
Yep.
that there are only results of an action. Sometimes the result is something you want, and we call it success.
Right.
And sometimes you get an undesired result or an unexpected result,
Mhm.
and we call that failure.
Right.
So I don't believe in failure or good or bad. They're just results.
Right.
But for the sake of the question, I have failed so many times. You know, I seem very put together and very suave now.
Suave.
And suave, yes. Really, the thing that I failed at is for all my life, for 35 years of my life, I was laid off or got fired from every job I ever had.
Right.
You know, every relationship I ever had, romantic relationship, intimate relationship, failed. They obviously failed because I'm not with them any longer. Some failed smallly, where you just break up, and some failed spectacularly, like my ex-wife sleeping with my best friend from college. So, in those situations, at times that I failed, but I realized through that I'm only failing by somebody else's definition
Right.
of what success is.
Oh, absolutely. What is your definition of success?
My definition of success, real simple, is living the life you want congruently, being authentic to yourself and being happy and fulfilling your passion. That's my definition of success.
And to go back to the failures, like, what did you learn from that?
I learned really to be true to myself, to not worry about what other people think about you.
Yeah, and that's very
Because-
powerful.
Yes, because you're never going to control what other people think about you
Oh
and
my
say
God.
about you. And quite honestly, it's none of your business.
No.
People are going to have their beliefs on you, and none of it is going to be your fault.
Absolutely not.
So it taught me to not listen to other people, and to listen to myself. And it taught me, or started me down the road, I should say, because it's still a lesson I'm learning today,
Yeah, it's a
On-
consistent.
being non-judgmental and just accepting myself, warts and all.
Awesome. So, what do you feel is your biggest gift?
Really, my biggest gift is my ability to help people, to meet people where they are, and help them get to where they're going. I really live in a non-judgmental bubble. I just don't preach it. So when people come to see me, or my friends or my family ask me questions, I don't judge them. I will listen to where they are. I will listen to what they have to say. I will listen to their challenges. And then I will help them achieve what they want, to manifest the life that they choose by asking them questions or just gently nudging them in a different direction
Right.
so they can reframe and refocus their thoughts. And I really think that's my superpower or my gift.
Nice. What would be your superhero power? Name. Your superhero name.
My superhero name would be Gratitude Man. I have no
Gratitude Man. I like this.
you know, because I am grateful for everything that's happened.
I like that. I think that's gonna be a new nickname. Gratitude Man.
Okay.
When did you actually were able to own that gift? Because a lot of times, like, we have a gift and we either tone it down or we don't really own it because we're shy about outshining other people, etc. So when did it occur to you?
It was actually very recently, only in the last year or two, maybe 3, that I started owning it. And the strange thing was, I started to consciously work on it before I started to own it. In my learnings and my readings, I found an exercise for a gratitude journal, which also my mentor, Orly Amore, yes, Orly, I mentioned you, she gave me an exercise to do every day, which was to build a gratitude journal. And I started writing 100 things every day that I was grateful for.
Wow.
I also just made a conscious decision that on social media, Facebook, Twitter, things like that, I was going to post nothing but inspirational memes, sayings, articles, publishing, whatever.
Right.
And slowly, through my gratitude list and through posting these positive, inspirational memes on Facebook and Twitter, and these quotes and of everything that I do, I found my focus changing because I was doing something different. And it almost became a chicken of the egg. Which came first? Was I grateful and I posted, or did I post and therefore became grateful and therefore owned it? I believe in this case, the second one set me up for success in being grateful and owning my superpower and being that gift of gratitude and helping people.
Amazing. So Gary, tell me, what is your best kept self-expression secret?
My best kept self-expression secret, very simple. Be yourself, unashamedly, unapologetically. Accept yourself non-judgmentally, warts and all. Walk your talk, live your truth, however you want to call it, whatever metaphor or euphemism you want to say there. My biggest self-empowerment is to be yourself, because you have a gift to give the world. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is, be yourself, because no one else could be you.
Absolutely not.
So that's it. It's very, very simple to say and really, really difficult and challenging to actually live. But when you do it, you'll find your life change in an instant.
Absolutely. And, you know, I've known you for a while, and I know you walk your talk, and you're yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember the first time I met you, it was like, this is who I am. I don't care.
Took me a long time to get there, too, but yeah.
And do you have anything else to add for our viewers today?
Well, yes, I would love to be able to have a relationship with your viewers and have a dialogue with them. If they want, they can find out more about me by following me on Twitter at Gary Karp Coach.
You're going to find everything below also. So you just
oh, it's going to be below, like right there?
Like right there.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So where can they find you?
They can find me at Gary Karp Coach on Twitter. www.garykarp.info is my website. You'll also find a place where you can sign up for my newsletter there. Hit me up on Facebook at Gary Karp for my personal page, and Permission Granted, which is actually the old name of my company. And also, I'm really proud to announce that my first book was just recently published.
Awesome.
Clarity is, let's get that real close so people can see that. Clarity is Power. And this is a wonderful book that's based upon a workshop that I give in New York that teaches you how to discover and achieve your goals so you can design the life that you want and desire. This book came out of my personal experiences. Everything that I tell you to do in this book, that I suggest and I cheer you on and I cajole and I joke with you to get you to do, I've done it myself. And the first time that I went through these exercises, I solved and completed, I shouldn't say solved, but I completed and manifested 90% of the goals that I had. And I still go back to it all the time. You can find it on my website. Again, it's down here somewhere.
So this is basically almost Gary's secret notes.
Yes. You can also find this at Amazon.com. And expect that good things will happen and expect that you will be successful.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. It was a pleasure having you.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
The coffee is great.
The coffee is great.
If you have any comments or questions about this episode today, please feel free to comment below again. And you're going to find, like this. Not like
Is it
that.
over here? Oh, not up here?
Like
Down
that.
here?
No,
Right there? Okay.
And also you're going to find all the information on where to find Gary. And please make sure to also visit selfexpressionseries.com. I have upcoming workshops coming next year, and sign up for the mailing list to be the first to know about all of that stuff.
Cool, I'm going to do that. I didn't know you had a new website with this.
I do.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.